Right, I want to talk to you today about Marks & Spencer's jeans that are too long. And I know from feedback that I've had from you that many of you are sort of my height, 5'1", 5'2", and are struggling. And you will also know, if you've been watching me for a while, and hello new subscribers, I did a video late last year on Marks & Spencer's jeans. And if you remember those jeans, I bought and kept the Siennas. And they were too long for me, even though they were the short. So what did I do to make them work for me? And you will also know that I bought some jeans recently from my Marks & Spencer's haul up here that are going back to Marks & Spencer's. But I did notice that these Slim Boyfriend high-rise were the right length. Wrong shape, not what I was looking for, but the right length. And I took a bit of a study of them and saw how Marks & Spencer's had actually done the turn up, because they came turned up like this. Now the turn up is just one fold, but it's stitched. It's not stitched along there, it's stitched just at the seam, either end of the seam, and that's it. Now the first ones I wanted to alter were the Sienna Straight in grey. Massively too long for me. So I measured these against the Boyfriend Marks & Spencer's indigo jeans that I still have here waiting to go back to store. Then I worked out the size of the cuff that I wanted, which was about an inch. Now I didn't want a big heavy cuff because I had been wearing these jeans cuffed like that, just rolled up very casually, and I felt that was very dated, felt a bit like a teenager in my trainers, to be honest. And so I was looking to have a slim cuff. So an inch was about right, and I didn't want it bulky. That really made a difference not to have a bulky cuff. I didn't want a bulky cuff. So I measured, I was going to have just a two-fold cuff. So then I measured 2 inches below the length I wanted and took the scissors to them, get them a cut. Then I rolled up twice to that sort of size roll up, turn up cuff, that sort of size cuff. What's that? 1.5 centimetres, an inch. And then I just put a stitch in either seam. So I think I then achieved with these the look I was going for with these Sienna Straights. On your recommendation, I bought the Lilies as well. I didn't show that in a haul, but I have bought the Lilies. But I did exactly the same thing. So if you've got a pair of jeans that you know is the right length, measure against that. I then worked out the size of the cuff that I wanted, which was, in this case, an inch. Sorry, it just turns out that on the ruler it's an inch, but that's the sort of size I wanted. And because I wanted 2 turn-ups, I then took a line 2 inches below the length I wanted and bravely took my scissors to them. And then I turned them up twice, ironed them up and put a little stitch in either end of the seam, as Marks & Spencer's had done in their Boyfriend jeans, which just keeps that up, you know, nicely. And they ended up the same length as the Sienna Straights. The Sienna Straights in grey, because I'll be coming on to the Sienna Straights in the indigo. So these jeans with a cuff I think look really great with trainers, sneakers, mules. They're going to look good with sandals. For ankle boots I wanted a slightly different shape, so I wanted some variety, and obviously I've got to add another pair, didn't I? I had the navy Sienna Straights, the indigo ones still to alter. The sun just keeps moving as in cloud, going in and out of the clouds, so it's getting a bit of a funny light here. But so with the Sienna Straights, I cut those and I made them slightly longer. So these are the Lily in indigo that I just showed you, and slightly, I cuffed them. But I made the Sienna Straights to go with booty slightly longer, because often I'm going to be wearing a heel with an ankle boot. So I wanted them slightly longer. And anyway, if I'm cutting them, I can then recut if they get shorter, if the fashion changes and they get shorter and shorter and shorter. But I made them slightly, just an inch longer. Sorry, I still think in inches. I made them an inch longer And just being rolled up and not cut does make a difference. Because when I first started wearing my Sienna Straights, all I did was just roll them up. But there's a bit of bagginess around them. The line, the straight leg line just isn't quite right. So it does make a difference to cut them. What I've ended up with is a selection of jeans that I can wear with different footwear. So I've got the cut ones that I can wear with ankle boots. And then I have the puffed ones that I will wear with mules and sneakers, trainers, sandals. But I would also wear the cut ones also with mules and with sandals. So I'm looking forward to trying them all out in different ways. So I thought a little video on how I've altered my jeans from Marks & Spencer's would be useful to you, and I will see you all in another outfit.